This next story has literally been germinating for some time. A cooperative venture between Greening Australia, the Botanic Gardens and the CSIRO, along with a handful of those stalwarts of the Canberra community, the volunteers. The program is producing results, as Richard Snashall reports, for this first program in spring.
Before Europeans set foot in the Canberra region, there would have been hundreds and thousands of hectares of spectacular lowland native grasslands and woodlands. But from the 1820s, these temperate areas provided good feed for the newly introduced livestock and comfortable living conditions for people. Today, only about 5% of these flora communities remain, and many of the species are severely depleted. But hopefully all is not lost, as there's an effort between three eminent organisations to bring back and encourage these endangered grasslands. It's known as the Caring for Our Country project.
The Caring for Country project is a project that aims to bring together a bunch of species in our region and grow them outside their natural environment, produce lots of seed that we can use to regenerate or improve areas of low conservation value.
A lot of our woodland areas are in decline. There's lack of species diversity, and we have a responsibility to reverse that situation, and this project is one way that we can do that.
Caring for Our Country has drawn together the expertise and resources of the Australian National Botanic Gardens, CSIRO and Greening Australia.
Each institution has their own independence and expertise. A great thing with this Caring for Country project has been that all the partners have been really transparent, sharing and willing to work together for the outcome of the project.
The Botanic Gardens Seed Bank is not only a repository for collected seed, but undertakes vital testing to identify any issues. Seed production areas have been created at the Botanic Gardens and at Greening Australia's Aranda Nursery, where volunteers have built ergonomic garden beds and assisted in planting out of the propagated species.
So we've come up with this list of species that we need for seed, and then we've decided who would be best to grow what. But the Botanical Gardens has grown a lot of the endangered species or threatened species, and we've sort of gone for a lot of the stuff that can produce big quantities of seed, and also what we really need to get out there for re-veg work as well.
It's been hours and hours and hours putting these things together. Little screws and nuts and bolts, so fiddly. But we got quite efficient in the end.
There's a risk that growing seed collected from small areas means that the subsequent species won't be adequately diverse. And that's where the CSIRO step in to provide genetic testing to maximise quality.
So the component that we're doing at CSIRO is basically looking at chromosome numbers in the species that have gone into seed production. The reason we want to look at the chromosome numbers is because we're concerned that if we bring different chromosome numbers together into a single site, like such as in a nursery, then we'd create plants that are sterile.
At the end of all this work, Caring for Our Country would be nothing without an abundance of that all-important final product, seed.
One of the first hurdles is actually to have the seed at this volume. I mean, it doesn't look like much, but it's actually like a wow factor for us. You don't usually get this volume, and now it's going to be how can we most successfully get this back out there?
We're desperate to get the information from the work that we've done here out to other people to use, and that has flowed right through the project, so that we're all feeding into developing a better system.